Hi everyone, I am Margourtarotreader, and today we're doing a personal reading for a client that will represent the sign of Sagittarius. Now we do have a number of other signs and questions. Please understand, for those that are new to the channel, this is a personal reading, not a general. It is to a precise client reading. And I do put it on the channel because it goes directly to the client as well, but also for you to know how it is that I read. And also sometimes certain people do connect with the reading as well. Okay, maybe someone out there needs some type of advice that I may or may not give to the client here. I am straightforward with my readings, so I apologize in advance if you are offended. By any means, it is a direct message to the client or even to someone that is needing it. For all of you that are clients of mine and regulars and subscribers, thank you for taking your time for watching this video. And also thank you for your business. You know that I'm here to serve you in any way that I can with my readings and rituals and spells. Now, for my client, as you already know, prior to the recording, I call on to the universe with your personal information because my clients remain private at all times. When it comes to predictions, as you are very much aware, certain predictions can come the time frame that I give you. And on others, it may take a bit longer according to your energy if you are just emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Certain predictions can and are allowed to change. Other predictions cannot and will not be changed because it is the path that you and the people in question have to take in this earthly world. Okay, angels, arcanos, vamos a ver. Let's see. First spread will be for you. The most recent past to the next 3 to 4 months. Sometimes it's days, sometimes it's weeks, according to your energies, as we already talked about. Okay? Let's see, sweetie. We are going to look, I'll say the overall energies because it is your first spread here. But we'll concentrate more on the person that you're asking about, okay? And of course, if your spirit guides want to speak of anything else, I am more than happy to pass it on, as you already know. According to how the planets have been moving in this past 2 months, especially in July, being that we are in retrograde and you are very much aware of it, it gives a sense of spiritual growth, a spiritual change, but it also brings us intuitive messages, whether it's physically, mentally, or spiritually. So I feel that you have been going through something similar to that, and it's falling into the category within your dreams. Okay? Let's see here. It does not mean to not put those dreams aside. What it means is to not stay focused in that dream too much. Let the dream just be, and whatever needs to happen within that dream will happen. But you just have to not think about that. And I do feel that, unfortunately, well, I wouldn't say unfortunately, it was okay that you did what you did to reach out to that person because you felt that energy, because you felt the need to do so. There's nothing wrong when you do something out of your own good, out of your own heart. Whether or not it's being rejected or accepted, that energy floats to that person and not to you. Okay? But I feel that you should have in a way, but you did, so it's done. It's okay. Be done with that. Okay? And yes, yes, he is with someone. Okay? I feel that you're, according to, and I explained earlier about the planets, you're feeling nostalgic, you're feeling desire, you're feeling wanted and needed. And that also causes the dreams, right? But at the same time, you're needing such attention. You're needing to be loved. Sweetheart, you are loved. Your spirit, your self-growth, it's amazing. It's coming to such a higher beings. And sometimes that can be scary. So you fall back into what you're used to and what you know. But imagine what you have in front of you, that beautiful child, that beautiful angel that loves you unconditionally. There's no greater love than the love of our own, what we bring into this world, right? And also that includes self-love, but also that includes the love of the person that you fall in love with. But remember that you are young. You have a long path ahead of you. And so within that path, you're going to make some certain mistakes. You're going to make some corrections about those mistakes. And maybe some others you will not be able to, or you won't want to. But within that, you're learning and you're growing and you're expanding yourself, right? So it's okay to feel how you feel right now. But when you're feeling down, focus on something to direct that energy elsewhere to a more positive enlightenment or outcomes and whatnot. Do your affirmations. Make up your own affirmations of what it is you want to be gratitude to the universe, and it will pay back within those gratitudes. I'm sorry. And that's okay. You can cry all you want. Okay. As you already know, with my readings, I pick up all kinds of energies. I even pick up the energy of the client when they're feeling this, how they're feeling at the time that I'm reading, and including at the time that you're watching the videos, and you already know that, as well as all my clients. So, surprisingly, yes, I work different, huh? But yes, I'm here for you. You know that. See, if I'm not mistaken, in one of your readings, I did say that this person was seeing someone that he already knows these pieces, right? And he did. It was someone that he already been with prior to you. We'll see his spread next, but this is how I see it. It's someone that just kept in and out of his life. And so he felt confused. That woman could have done something to bring him, to her closer and whatnot. It's an in and out relationship that he has with this woman. Now, he might think it's a little bit more serious because, again, they're giving themselves chances to work things out, But we'll see his spread and see. I will tell you this. The person that walks out of your life without you kicking them, and according to the reasons that cause it, but most of the time, in 95%, I will even say more, 97% of the time, they always return. Always return. With one excuse or another. So you have to be patient and give yourself that time when they return, because I can assure you eventually he will with whatever stupid excuse. It will be up to you whether you want to accept the person or not. It will be up to you whether you want to take that chance or not. So just hold on to that. Now, should you let the person go? I think that what you need right now, it is time for you to find some love within you. Okay? And I know you have it, but we need to restore that. And I think that right now, what you need to focus is on you, on your work, on your school, on your progress of this earthly world. Okay? On your goals. And anyone that's supposed to be will come and enter adjusting to your settings, not you in their settings. You are a very spiritual person, and so you're evolving in that as well. Okay? And that change that is causing within you is causing some type of fear also. What he said to you was partially true. He considers whatever relationship he's having with that person, he's considering it to be serious. But again, he thought the same of you. Remember that. So he has this commitment issue type that every person he meets, he wants to commit to and have them on his domain. He is a water sign. He is a Pisces. So he is in that phase. He does that quite a bit. So what he told you, he meant what he said. I just don't see that to be very lasting with that person, again, because they're in and out, in and out. They might be together for a year and break up, or within that year fight and argue. It's a love-hate kind of relationship that he has with that person. It's someone that he already known before you, okay? someone that's been in and out of his life. And that's okay. Let him learn what he's supposed to learn with that person. And if he doesn't learn the lesson, then it will still come back and hurt him again. And he will end up out of balance and not having what he truly deserves in this life. Why? Because he's not understanding it. He's not accepting it either. Now, let's see here. See, I'm not sure how he heard something, these pieces, or what he was looking into. Could he have seen something in the media or something? But it's almost like was jealous of you or your actions or behavior. I'm sensing jealousy because he cares for you, but he's also lost with caring for this person, for that person, and that other person. And he felt that you were seeing someone or talking to someone. So it's okay what he thought. You are you, and you acted the way you're supposed to. So most likely he has some type of self-confidence issue. He may not show it, but he probably has some type of obsession behavior or jealousy behavior that makes him think otherwise and put things in his head. Okay? Now, in reference to, and I have to say this, the Virgo. No, not the, yes, the Virgo. You haven't spoken to this person for quite a while. Believe it, he will come back eventually to find a way to communicate with you and tell you certain things. If you need to close this chapter, when you're ready, listen to the guy, what he has to say. Let him see the child and do what you need to do to collect what you need to collect. And from their process, what it is you need to do. Okay, you don't want to put this karmic relationship that you've had with this person, the Virgo, aside, because it will come back in and out into your life for the rest of your life. So it's best to nip it in the bud, like like the phrase says, and then see what it is you want out of that. Okay, I'm not saying get back with a person or anything like that, because I'm not sensing it. He might say something to that extent because of the situation that he's been going through, and so he's needing some type of stability, and also he's not wanting any more child support all over, nilly-willy out there. But it's best for you to just be straightforward with this person. There's no need for you to neglect the calls and stuff. Face it forward and head on, and you will be just fine. He might say certain things to blame you for his actions, because normally the absent parent does, and he might say whatever negative things that he might say to you or about you or because of you. It is not that. It is only because they're picking excuses to make you feel guilty and embrace the person back in. See, reverse psychology plays in tremendous ways, in tremendous levels. So just prepare yourself. But I would say that when the time comes, face the person, okay? And let him see the child so he gets to know what he is missing. Do not send pictures. If he wants to come and see the child, you mitigate somewhere public or however you want to do this, and let it be done, okay? At least it will not be in your conscious. There is, let me see here. Do I need to? It could be the job that you do, but I feel that these gentlemen that come to your attention, they're more mature. Either older than you or just seem to be more mature out there for you. There's a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, someone arising here. I feel that either it is your job or your surroundings or yourself that you vibe that energy of beauty, and also of meeting people that are well-to-do. So you might be surrounded, depending on your job, you are surrounded by people that are either professionals or they're very good with their money, or they have money, okay? And I feel that you are meeting another person in that sense, okay? Now, remember that sometimes when you meet someone that have money, there's a downfall to that, you know, especially according to their age. What are they looking for? What are they needing? What are they missing? And why me, right? So sometimes they haven't changed, you know, they could be 50, 60, and yet they haven't changed their ways of being. They're still running around. They're still looking for the next best thing, you know. So be very wise of that. And sometimes just simple as they haven't met the right person, you know. They can go, there are many human being out there that spiritually they have not connected with their soulmates, and they've lost some soulmates because of their behaviors, because of not accepting or trying to move forward. I could go on and on about this, but just be aware of that, okay? Now let's see. Let's see the pieces here, okay? Thank you, angels. Show me what is it that I need to know when it comes to. Thank you, Arcana. Show me what must I need to know here. Yes, do you. Take care of you. And stay occupied with that. And then when you least expect it, the person comes back, if that's what you're wanting, but they will always come back anyways, okay? And see, normally in retrograde, we have bad communication, late communication. We have our sentimental thoughts. When retrograde comes, a lot of people are afraid of that because they're like, oh my God, you know, what's going to happen? What this is going to be? Who's coming back? Or if someone is coming back. But what we don't see is that it's for our own best interest for those planets to be where they are at the time that they are. Because in this point, you did the retrograde. You reached out to this person. And so now that energy has been transferred to that person, whether he reaches out to you before the retrogrades move forward, maybe not, but maybe he'll reach out on the next turn, right? But it's only for us to see what is it that we couldn't see on the past retrogrades, on the past months, okay? Sometimes it's for us to align our hearts or our souls or our mind or our spiritual growth. And sometimes it's all. Now let's see. What do we need to know in the universe when it comes to? Thank you. I feel that he's having a lot of problems here. Whatever it is he's doing, he's spending more than he's making. And I do have to tell you this, that sometimes people walk out of our lives because our own guardian angel sends them away. We physically are wanting something, in our guardian angels knows what's best and does the opposite sometimes, okay? But it is not for against us. No, it's for our best interest. But before they do that, they try to let us know and be aware. They try to let us manifest certain things. You are very spiritual, so you should be able to sense that. Well, he was surprised that you contacted him. And I'm pretty sure that he got into an argument with whoever that woman is, because whether the woman was next to him in bed, it doesn't matter. When he wants to make another person jealous, he will say so. So he must have told the other woman, you know, oh, so-and-so reached out to me. Make himself seem worth by doing so. So he did not lie again. He is with someone, but I don't think that this is going to go where he wants it to go, okay, with that other person, because the fact that you reached out to him makes him understand that he still cares for you, okay? Why is he so upset with you? It's almost like you hurt his ego, you hurt his feelings. What did you do? I mean, you did, he's expressing, and I don't want to say hate, because he cares for you still. He was reaching out to you because he wanted something steady. It's obvious. A daughter. Maybe does he have a daughter that he didn't get along with? That you... It's something to do with between you and another woman that is related to him. There was conflict in there. Huh. Yeah. It's almost like he pictured you in a different way, but then once he got to know you, it was shattered. It seemed to be like out of nowhere, like literally he put you on a pedestal, but then all of a sudden it just dropped. It's not what he expected of you. And I hate to say it because it is his energy that I'm picking up. And you could have been the best of everything, but it is what it is. That's what I was talking about. Sometimes we are who we are and we want to express and we want to do the best that we are and show the best that we are to some people, but certain people are not used to this. And so then what happens is they feel that you're being fake and they feel that this is not, or I've been through this before and ends up this and ends up that. So for some reason, I feel like there was drama within his head mentally about how he perceived you and then how he eventually saw you as. So it's almost like he's sensing some hate. Where is that hate coming from? It's like I want nothing to do with you, but yet he thinks of you and he misses you, and he does has certain hidden feelings there toward you. There's pieces. Whoever that a family member, it's a female. He just felt that he wasn't going to go anywhere because of that. Now I could even go to as far as say that whoever this woman is has something to do with the split between you two. It could have been that ex that came back, that it was in and out, taking him, leaving him, taking him, because this is a woman that he was in love with at one point. And so this woman came back and reached out to him and said that she was serious, that whatever, she did all the begging, she did the right ritual, if you want to put it that way, because I do feel that she has something to do with it also. But also there's a family member here who, apologize, who has said something to him about you. Now, I'm not sure if this family member, this female, is similar around your age. Yeah. Either way, it's okay. It is what it is. He walked away. He was weak. He didn't say what he was supposed to. He should have just come out clean and told you, I'm leaving. We're not going to be together for whatever purpose, whatever reasons. But a lot of the time, as old as he is, he should know that respect the other person, respect the human that you're next to, and be straightforward. Talk. What's all this stupidity about ghosting and stuff? This really, when we're supposed to grow spiritually and whatnot, we're declining, and that's why the earth is moving the way it's moving. That's why we're experiencing all these earthquakes, all these eruptions, all these fights, all this killing, because we're not respecting ourselves and the spirit next to us, that other human next to us. Stand next to the person and express it and be done with it. And he, as old as he is, he's lacking that tremendously, because he should have just told you what it was and how it was, and that's it. But a lot of the times people do this because they want to keep you there holding, and they think that they can come back whenever as nothing. And normally they do. And normally they are accepted as nothing, and everything picks up as the way it was. That's why things are the way they are. Okay? Now, believe it or not, it made a difference on the way he's thinking after you reached out. Yes, he was cold, what have you. It's okay. Eventually, he is going to try to reach back at you. And he might be negative on his words. Okay. Well, I did this because of this, and what, so why are you reaching, or why, he's going to pick a stupid excuse, this guy, the pieces. But for some reason, he sees you with another person already. Again, it's a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun rising. I do feel that this person is around the corner. I do feel that you know of this person. And then maybe if you know of him, you probably don't have any type of communication or whatnot. It's someone that you probably know already, I'm sensing, okay? And he's making his face, his turnaround, in your path here. And this Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, someone arising, it's also someone that wants to have some type of stability with you, okay? You have a good vibe of bringing in those men that want a relationship, a stable relationship. They want to come in and look for that in someone else. And so you bring such energy. But something happens that once they're there, it just spreads out, it goes away, it dissipates. Maybe when you're meeting them on the first couple of dates, you're expressing too much, okay? Or giving too much of you, and it's overwhelming, for the person. So be aware of that, okay? You have to give in little each time so they can give more when you spend time with them and you get to know them, and let them fall in love with you first. I told you not to fall in love with this person, with the pieces. I told you to slow it down so it can be more fruitful, but that's fine. Okay, you'll learn. Now, the person that he's been seeing, it's not going to last. He's going to think that this is something more stable. I know this woman, we know each other, we know what we've been through and whatnot, between the pieces and this other woman. And he feels that, their feelings have been restored, right? He feels that way. Yeah. But in a very short time, he's going to feel betrayed by that, because the woman also has another man in her path, okay, that she's been with. And it went sour in that end. So let's say she was with someone, got betrayed with that person, the man cheated on her, she cheated on this man, back and forth, right? So then she's stuck on that man. Now she really does love the other man, not the pieces. And she's feeling confused. She's feeling like she loves the pieces, okay? But then when they spend together, I'm not sure if they live together at this time, because it seems that she's constantly in the home. She gets to experience how he truly is, and she's like, oh, again, we're back to this again. We're back to he hasn't changed, things like that. And he hasn't. He has this pattern of not changing. He's not going to change, because as long as women keep putting up with his stupidity or his behavior or actions, there's no need for him to change. There has to be a woman that says, no, I'm not having this, and show me that you improve on this, and then we can go on, you see. And when that happens, when you want to change someone, and I'll tell you that now, make sure that before you marry or live with them, make sure you change that person to your best interest, and vice versa. Also, you have to do that changing within 3 to 6 months. So when you moved in with that person, you don't have those points, those negative behaviors patterns, because it will ruin the relationship or the marriage, okay? So you have to see your downfalls and the person's downfalls, so you can work on that and change that, okay? Normally, and be aware, they do the changes within 3 weeks. They act on it like they've changed their behavior 3 weeks to 3 months, sometimes up to 6 months. Be aware of that and keep that in mind. But as soon as those 6 months passes, they're back to their games, their behavior, their patterns. And that goes for females and males too, okay? So be aware of that. That is your lesson to have for the rest of your life, so that way you can have a more direct in a relationship. Okay, I wish someone would have told me that. Things will be different with me now, right? But hey, I already know, and so I already know how to bend that. Okay, now so as I was saying in reference to the pieces and the other woman, so their behavior is going to be a lot of arguments, a lot of fights, a lot of obsession, a lot of jealousy between them, especially from the pieces toward the woman. Um, and it seems to me like they're gonna fall out. There is going to be, he's used to talking to women, flirting with women, you know. So when he preys on the next victim, basically. So when things are going sour already, he's gonna start arguing with this woman, probably because he mentioned you to the woman, and then the woman's gonna say, "Oh, you have something to do with this woman." That will be her excuse to walk out of him for a while. Okay. Um, and then he's going to start talking to another female here. Okay. And then he's gonna start thinking that he's in love with this other female and whatnot. And it's just not gonna work out. Then he's gonna feel nostalgic, missing you, thinking that he's in love with you and blah blah, and then he's gonna try to reach back at you. So this is a process of his ways of being. Okay. um Give it time, because he'll reach back at you. What I would suggest is, again, do you focus on you, on your work, on your child, on your self-being, because you're feeling down sometimes, and especially as you are a Sagittarius. Focus on maybe going to the park or something like that with your child, to walk that energy. You have to reframe that energy from feeling the way you're feeling. Okay, because sometimes, and I have to say that even the energy of of the spirit realm can affect us tremendously with our health and our mental health, even physical health, even. So reframe that energy. Okay, and it can attack us sometimes spiritually, even. Okay, with our dreams or even physically. Believe me, it can. So find a way to distract that energy. Now let's see the third. Being that we saw that for the pieces, I'll just see you then on the third spread. Okay, thank you, angels. Let's see, angels of the universe, what is it that I need to know for my client Sagittarius? Angels of the universe, not the heavens. You can do a spiritual cleansing, since you've been having dreams and things like that. A spiritual cleansing would help. If you have not ever had one done, I would suggest to do so, especially when you're feeling down and under. And just vibe on that energy. It will change your way of thinking. It will change also, and it will cleanse your energy also within yourself and your home environment. Those are two separate cleansing.